Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is All Things Thursday and it's the first Thursday of the month, so it is all the things. Everything from last month, everything that I want to do this month, plus some happy mail, and of course, a hug. So, I'm not going to go through all 31 hugs from last month, but we did color 31 hugs last month. Of course, once I am finished with the 100 Hugs book, I will be doing a full flip through of the colored pictures. So I won't go through those right now. So we're going to start with the things I have done this month. Boy, it's been a busy month. So I've colored 31 hugs. I painted Dobby on a 3D print for the Harry Potter-a-thon. So that was so much fun. If you have missed the Harry Potter-a-thon, go back through and take a look at the videos. At the bottom of everybody's videos, there's a schedule that you can go through and watch everybody's video, which is awesome. So that's what I did for the Harry Potter-a-thon. My featured artist of the month for October was Heather Valentin, and I have colored different pictures from Heather Valentin as well as from Sarah Richter. So this one is Sarah Richter. I'm probably saying her name wrong. From the Coloring Heaven Halloween book from last year. And it's just so cute. And I did this with distressed inks. And yeah, I don't know how to use distressed inks very well, but it turned out pretty cute. This one here is also from Sarah, and this one here was done with colored pencils, and I love how it turned out. I love the glow. It turned out really well, and I love the little bat. He's so cute, and a little mouse. I think the little mouse is getting a little warm in there, but uh, I considered it, but I didn't do it, of putting little bits of burnt singedness on him, but I didn't do it. And then this is Heather Valentin. This is Octafreak and or Oc, yeah, Octafreak, sorry, from the Midnight Carnival book that is coming out. I had to test gel pens on the side, so I'll hide that because this all the orange areas. I don't know if you can see it. All the orange areas is reflective gel pen or glittery gel pen, just to give her a little bit of sparkle. And this book is coming out soon, so keep your eye open for the Midnight Carnival from Heather Valentin. Of course, I will list her um, sale site as well as her Patreon and her YouTube. If you didn't watch her YouTube over October, make sure that you go back in and take a look. It's awesome, just awesome. And that was done with a couple of friends on a color along or color and chat that Heather was actually in the chat with us. So this is Rory's Magical Night, also a Heather Valentin picture that I colored, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. Of course, I don't remember what I colored it with. And this is the Magical Teapot, and I used a UV fluorescent paint. So under black light, this actually all glows. All the green areas where the paint is all glows in the dark, which is really cool. And it looks so awesome. And of course, the little witch is just so cute. I love this picture. I think it turned out great. I used some um, King Art gel sticks, some colored pencils, some gel pens. I think I threw everything except the kitchen sink at it. So, and then this one is also a Heather Valentine. It's a CJ Brambles, and it is the picture that Heather put out this year for Happy Halloween. And he is just so cute. I love the orange that I was able to do that with. And I did that with the Hunderwasser colored pencils. And then this one I did with pastels. This one I did for Tips and Tricks Tuesday on how to make a apparitional being. And that is all of the colored for the month. I also have some works in progress that I started last month. This one here is the potion bottles from one of my Tips and Tricks Tuesdays on how to do potion bottles. So I will finish those up sometime soon. I don't know when I'll get to it, but they're really small, so I just use spare time and spend a little bit on each one. So that's some works in progress. Another one that I started to do mist on, how to color mist, is another Heather Valentine. This is called the Witching Hour, which is a Patreon exclusive. So this picture will never be available to anyone except for a Patreon member. So if you like the Patreon pictures, make sure that you join her Patreon group. She is very, very, very generous with her Patreons. So, they're not extremely expensive. And like I said, she is very generous with her Patreon group, with her designs and original artworks. So those are all the things I have colored this month. I did quite good. I did go through and color 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 full pictures, one painting, and 31 hugs for the month of October. Whew, I was busy. I didn't realize I colored that much. Now for the to be colored this year. Let's start with the books, because I've got a couple of books here that I have a couple of things marked out with. Rachel Minsk sent me some wonderful 100 picture books. This one is 100 Cute Grayscales coloring book for adults. And I've got a few pictures in here, like this one here. I want to color that one. This one here for fall. And this one here for Thanksgiving. So I will start with this one. The other two, if I get to them, I will be happy because I have a lot that I've picked out. So of course it is Thanksgiving month, so I am doing different things for Thanksgiving throughout the month. I will be coloring this one for Thanksgiving, for the Endless Giving. If I get to the fall ones, wonderful. If not, those ones are maybes. So the Thanksgiving one in there, and then in here we've got a couple of different fall ones which are great. The first one I will be doing because of a event that we have going on in our Facebook group, which is a potluck dinner. So this one I will be coloring for that event, which is different breads and some wine out in the country. Wonderful, wonderful picture. The next one I might be coloring because it's just it's wonderful. You know, it's um, just the picture itself, it just speaks to me. I don't know why. I just like it. And I will be doing the leaves in the trees, you know, and that sort of thing in fall colors. Maybe putting a storm blowing through or something. That one is a maybe if we get to it. This one is a definite, so I will definitely be coloring this one. Just because of, you know, we've got to color food this month. This month is all about food and being thankful and harvests and everything like that. So there's another picture in here that I might do as well in the harvest theme, which is this one. So I might get to that one as well, which does cover us in our harvest theme, Thanksgiving theme. Both are absolutely fantastic books, and I will list my uh, affiliate link for Rachel Minsk as well as my coupon code. So I do have a coupon code for Rachel Minsk that will get you 33% off. No, 30% off. It'll get you a large percentage off of your order. If you are a member of the channel or have become a member recently, um, go through the member only posts on the community tab and you will find a $2 coupon for the Rachel Minsk as well. Now, for things that we already started, because we started them on the start of October, of course, is the picture that we were coloring for Tips and Tricks Tuesday for the turkey. And then yesterday we filled in some of the garnish. I will be finishing this one this month because Thanksgiving. And, you know, it looks so good. I'm so impressed on how yummy that turkey looks. It's just, and then I have a color along with Poet Spice, and she has chosen this book. And this book is um, hard to explain the title of it because it's all Japanese or Chinese. But it's an absolutely gorgeous book. I will grab it here just 1 second. I didn't think of grabbing the book, silly me. So I will put you on a brief pause and I will be right back with the book. I won't mute it so that you guys can hear me grumbling and mumbling as I try to find things and run things over. Alright, so we have the book. It's not that I can't find it because it's quite close. So this is the book that picture comes from. And I'll put my headset back on so you can actually hear me better. Alright, so this is the book that comes from. It is a wonderful book and it is available on Etsy. It is also available on AliExpress as well. I purchased mine on Etsy and yeah, absolutely gorgeous book. I have colored one other picture from this book as well during Amazon Tammy's Asian goddesses, princesses, during her Asian month. So let's see if I can find that one. The one I'll show you is uncolored, of course, because my colored one, I photocopied it because I didn't want to make a mess of it. So I'm not actually coloring in this book. I am copying the pages and printing them out so that if I do mess them up, they're not completely messed up. So absolutely gorgeous artwork. It is listed in Etsy as I think it's ball gowns or costume ball. That's it, costume ball. So that will be, this one will be colored this month as well for my color along buddy color with Poet Spice. And I've gotten almost her entire dress done. I I am leery of jewels, so this should be interesting for me because I'm not very good at coloring jewels. But I will do my best as always. And thank you very much, Poet, for inviting me into this buddy color. I appreciate it. So that one there will be done this month. This one here is from, actually, I think two, yeah, no, this one, just one. This one here is from Fabrica Fantasy, and it has all different types of food in it, and basically it's a pantry. This is this little gnome's pantry here, but it reminded me a lot of the things that you have for Thanksgiving, the pumpkin, the herbs, onions, all different things that you would use for that you would have in the pantry for Thanksgiving. So I will be coloring that one. I'll be coloring this one as well. It has a lovely wreath around it of different berries and different things that are harvested, as well as some pine cones, some fall flowers and nuts, that sort of thing. And of course, we have this wonderful girl and her dog, and this, of course, is from the Forest Girl collection. This is the hardbound hardcover book, the first one. This one here is also from Forest Girls, and it is a wonderful fall day. I'm keeping my hand over the picture. I know you can't see the whole picture because I just don't want people screenshotting it and taking the picture. I know it probably wouldn't happen because I've got half of it, covered up by the edge of my desk here. There. So it's a wonderful fall picture. Her in the wind and the fall leaves blowing through the picture with her squirrel friend. So that one there, I will be. That one there is if I get to it, wonderful. If not, it will probably get put into the to be colored next month. Maybe. Next month is a lot of Christmas stuff, so we'll see. Okay, so those are all of our to be colored. Hopefully you will look forward to coloring some of those. I will be coloring this one on Saturday. I know I should be coloring this one, but I want to break it up a little bit. So I'll be coloring this one some more on Tips and Tricks Tuesday, where we'll look at how to color the bottle and the cake and that sort of thing. But I do have the turkey all done. The turkey platter anyway. So that is Coloring Book Cafe. Country Christmas is where that is from. And I will list all of the books and that fun stuff in the description below the video. All right, now for some fun stuff. So, as you all know, I really enjoy the Color Pocket, and Color Pocket has a sale going on right now. They decided not to do a quote unquote Black Friday sale due to the way that shipping is being dealt with right now. So they put everything on sale beforehand. One of the things that they brought out for Christmas and put on sale is the Crafty Christmas set. You get a full set of pencils. Of course, these are the Color Pocket pencils, and they have the dual tips. One side is one color, one side is the other color. So we've got the full set of color pocket pencils here with all the colors, which is fantastic because mine were getting a little short. It's got schmutz on it. So we've got the full set of color pencils and then 2 sets of cards, one of which is little craft projects, which is fantastic. I'm just going to stick those back in there. I know they're out of order, but I'll figure that out later. So this is the Crafty Christmas cards. It has tags, mini cards, and cards in it. And the tags, I, I just love them. When Delane was on the channel last time, she gave us a sneak peek of these cards. And she will be on the 10th. She will be joining me on stream again, showing the different cards as well as that sort of thing. If you join us on the 10th and want this set, join us on the 10th. I will be giving 2 of these sets away on the 10th when Delane is on the channel with us. So make sure you join us for that. So we've got the Crafty Christmas, see the little cards, little tags there, and some tags here. These will be great for name tags for your presents. They'll be great for just small, quick little colorings. Putting name tags on your um, colored pencil bags to say what's in the bag, that sort of thing. And here's some more name tags. I love these. Look at that little mouse. Awesome. They're just adorable. And then we have some poinsettia tags. And these are little cards, and you cut them out, you color them, and then you fold them in half and write your sentiment inside. Are those just not the sweetest little cards you have ever seen? I love the little mittens and the stockings. And then they've got a Christmas ball and a candy cane, which is just wonderful. And then these are the mini cards. And basically you cut it in half or you fold it in half. And you've got Merry Christmas and Joy. And you can color that in and put your stamp and your sentiment and your picture up here. So if you're a stamper, this is going to be awesome for you. And then we have our actual cards as well. So we have a very merry holiday. And then it is not what is under the Christmas tree that matters. It's who is around it. And that is done by Charles Schultz. And of course, it's a wonderful Christmas tree. And then, of course, Let It Snow, and a fantastic little snowman there. And then Cookies for Santa, a good girl or boy, which is a wonderful thing to put with your cookies and your milk for Santa when he comes down the chimney. So that is the first set, and some of them, like these ones here that have the full coverage, also have the postcard back. So you can color this, give it a spritz with some fixative, put your sentiment in there, or write your note to whoever you're sending this to, and then send it off in the post like a postcard, which is awesome. So there are 4 of those, 3 or 4 of those, 4 of those that have that sentiment, as well as the backing for sending them off as postcards. They're just wonderful. I love them. Love, 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 love them. So I will be coloring a lot of these in December. Because they are fairly small. A nice quick color, especially if you've got a doctor's appointment or anything like that. I have a couple of appointments with my youngest son this month and next month, so those will come in very handy. And then we have the holiday cheer pack that came out as well. This is 36 original coloring images um, to share and enjoy, done by Color Pocket. So of course it has the different pictures there. We have our Christmas carolers and our lovey bears. So this is a large deck, which is called a super deck. So with a super deck, you have 2 pictures on each card. So we've got the ginger man and the gnomes. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? And then we've got the Christmas toys and the lovely sparkling star and the stockings. Wonderful. I love it, love it, love it. And then of course we've got the snowboarder, and then we've got the northern star and some sledders. Sending you a holiday hug. Another hug. A hug I can do in December. And of course the gingerbread men. And then we have some gnome background there, some wallpaper type area, as well as some Christmas balls. And then of course we have Serenity. We can never ever have a deck without Serenity. Serenity needs to be in every deck as far as I'm concerned. Serenity is the Color Pocket mascot. She is a sloth and she's just the cutest thing ever. And then we have another wallpaper. This one is mittens and gloves and treats and skates. Then we have Santa Claus driving his car instead of his sleigh. Oh my goodness, look at those. Aren't those just not darling? I know I'm gushing, but they're just so cute. I just love the artwork on them. They're just adorable. And little bear on the drums and little gnomes, elves, elves. I guess at Christmas time they're elves, not gnomes. And a snowflake and another snowflake. And then we've got some really nice little curly Q snowflakes and a wonderful banner with some ornaments. And then we've got a wonderful wreath with some holly berries on the edging and another ornament. This is basically it's a mandala with a reindeer and the mountains and some snow with the Christmas balls above it. That's awesome. And then of course we've got the snow day and another cute little mandala with the snowmen and the trees and the snow falling. And then we have a wonderful little Christmas elf and a Hanukkah tree and another wonderful Christmas elf. The elves are busy and another northern star. And then bundled up. I love this one. It's just so cute. Definitely all bundled up, ready to go. And oh my God, I will be coloring this one because look at that. Isn't that adorable? Absolutely wonderful. And of course, it has the holiday cheer. Art is done by Bartolome, Mike Bartolome, and Chris Radliff, which is fantastic. So that is the happy mail that I received. And maybe tomorrow we'll be coloring something cute from it. Since I just did the flip through of it. Okay, so that is the happy mail. The things that I have colored, the things I want to color, all done up there. Now I'm going to do a very, very quick little promo If you missed the live stream yesterday, um, I want to tell you about a couple of things that I have out for Christmas sales. This is a very limited edition. There is only 8 of these available in this color scheme. This color scheme will never be duplicated again. So this is the only run of this color scheme that will ever be made. So you've got your entire rainbow available. So you have your full color spectrum of yellow, orange, red, pink, purple, blue, green, brown, gray, and black. So when you're using your colors, say I'm using, let's see, say I'm using a few yellows, a couple of oranges, some blues. So when I've got all of these colors put down on my picture, I can go through while I'm coloring and put them in the designated color areas. So when you are coloring along and you go, okay, I need that blue again. Where is that blue? You know it is in your blue holders. So you can easily go, oh, it's blue is right here. You know, or oh, it's purple is right here. So that's how those holders work. Basically, your pencils fit in the holders. Your holders are available to you very easily, very quickly on being able to reach those pencils, which is fantastic. And it is couldn't possibly be a sale without it being a discounted thing as well. Everybody has a discount on this one. This is not something that will receive the membership discount, so it will just have its own discount because it is a limited edition thing. So it will be $75, which is about $10 off. Of course, US shipping is free, and it is only available to US residents because of the way shipping is at the moment. I would not feel secure in trying to ship it overseas. I could not guarantee that you would receive it. So I have decided after talking to the post office, the UPS, all different areas of shipping possibilities, that it's just safer not to make it available for outside of the US at this time. So that is the first thing that I showed yesterday that I wanted to show you again because it is so cool. And with the discount, dropping it down to $75, is fairly affordable. And of course, it holds 136 colored pencils, so you'll be able to get your full 120 set in, and then also a few extras for your erasers, your metallics, your blender pencils, things like that. It does fit the Derwent or the Caran d'Ache Chunky Monkey pencils without any problems whatsoever. So even the blenders and that sort of thing, it does fit the full blender pencil. So I've got mine on a extender because it's short, but it does fit in there without any problems whatsoever. All right, so that was the first thing that I wanted to show you. Second thing I wanted to show you is I had a lot of requests for after I did the giveaway in August for this. So I brought it back. So the swatch book is available for a limited time. I have 10 printed, and they are $49.99, US only due to shipping constraints. These are home printed. on my inkjet printer. So the only difference between this one and the one that I created for the giveaway is, unfortunately, I was not able to get any watercolor paper into it because I couldn't find any at the time. But it does have cardstock. It is printed on cardstock, so this is a 24 to 260 count. They're printed on 67 pound 147 GSM Spring Hill cardstock. You know, of course, I give you a bit of a disclaimer there on how to use it and the possibility of bleeding with wet media. I'll pop these back. I also have included, and I bought more of the licenses for the color wheel page. And then, of course, we have our swatches. So I have been very heavy. I was very light with the smaller sets. This is the 24, the 36. So I was fairly light with those pages because of full set syndromes. We all have full set syndrome. 24, 36. So maybe I was heavier with the 36. I think I got heavier with the 36. So there's 6 pages of the 36, and then we go into our 48s. And there should be 8 pages of that. Okay, so there's our 48s. Not sure exactly how many pages. Then we have our 72s, and our 72s are really heavy because that's usually the range is 72s to 120s is usually the most purchased. So there's a good thick amount of 72s there. Then we have our 100s, and I've got a few of those. I have the same amount of 100s as I do with the 72s, because that way if you have say an 80 set or a 100 set, or you know even a 72 set, anything under 100, you can put them on these pages here. And then we have our 120 set, and like I said, the 120s I was really heavy, like really heavy. There's 20 pages in here of 120s. So you might be hard pressed to run out of the 120s. So there's 20 pages of 120s, and then we have our 150s, and I do believe I was, let's see, yeah, that's 150. Just making sure. And I put in a good amount of those as well. There's 5 of the 150s, and then we have the 160s. And I think there was 5 in there of that as well. Yes. And then we have the 180s, and there's 5 in there as well of the 180s, or 4 or 5 of the 180s. And then we have the 200s, and there's only a few pages of the 200s, and there's like 2 pages of the 200s. And then we have our 260s. Now I do have a couple of pages of the 260s, so there's 2 pages of the 260s because not very many sets come in that size. And then we have our skin tone pages, and I've got 2 of those in there for you, as well as a blotter page, and then of course a thank you page as well. And that, and the back cover. And that is the swatch book. So, and that is $49.99. There are only 7 available. I have sold 3. So there are only 7 available at this time. If it does sell out and I still have a lot of people requesting them, I may bring them back in the new year when we do the storefront, because we are going to do a digital store sometime in the new year for all of the things, so that they're easier for you guys to get to and purchase without having to go through me and look for me and wait for me to respond. Makes it easier for you guys and easier for us. So that is all of the things with all of the stuff for all of the days. So of course now we have our 100 hug for today. This video is going to be long because we have a hug to do. And today's hug is, of course, this wonderful little girl hugging on Thor. And I need my clippy clips so that we can bind the book. Well, let's just throw that clippy clip on the floor. So just going to put this in here so that the book can stay still while I am coloring it. So we are going to color Thor and this wonderful little girl here. So of course we are going to use the woodless color pencils because that's our colored pencil of the week. These are 3 different sets of woodless color pencils, well 4. One of which is still available, which is the Pacific Arc metallic colored pencils. Those are still available on Amazon. However, the Believe are not available on Amazon at the moment. So, which is the actual colors. So, unfortunately, those ones are not available on Amazon right now. I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera so you can see what we are doing. And we're going to start on Thor here. So let's get some gray. I've got to move some stuff around because I got a mess here. So I need some gray because we're going to do his outfit here in whites. So we're going to put the shadows in gray. We're going to do white with a bit of gold at the bottom here, as well as his belt. And a gold, maybe a gold cape there. Alright, so let's start up here, and we're just going to put in the gray for the shadow areas. And we are going to go over this with white and blend it down. So if you find that your gray is a little dark or something, don't worry too much about that, because once you blend it down with the white, it won't look as dark. Now you can also do this with a pale yellow or a yellow, because of the fact that it is ancient times and they didn't wash their clothes. You can add it and just make it a little bit grungy. But he is a god, so more than likely his clothes were washed by this little servant girl. It's not a servant girl, but more than likely they had servants that maintained their attire. Though even royalty did not have their clothes done every day. All right. So I think I've got those shadow areas in there. I love that he's holding this little dolly. It's just so cute. Get up under his beard. All right. Now we're going to take a little bit of black as well, just for those really, really deep areas. Of course, it will just turn into a darker gray once I add the white. But we want to do some of those deeper areas. Like the folds in the clothes here. Just give it a bit of dimension with that darker color. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot to you guys yet because it's, blacks and grays, Let's turn this light on, maybe that'll help. Nope, not really. More blinding than anything else, so we'll just leave it off. Of course, I will show you on the main camera exactly how it looks when it's done. Now for the areas under the arms, I'm not doing a huge area in black, just a bit of a black line for those shadows. Same with under his beard here. Not doing a huge area, just a little tiny bit. Showing the shadows here. Like so. Alright, now we're going to take our white and we're going to make it even more boring for you. And we're going to just blanket color this white. Blending in that gray and that black. Make sure that you have a page behind your page so that anything on the other side doesn't get transferred to a different page. Otherwise, you've got some erasing to do. I do it all the time. I want a little bit more black up under here. And then the white. The great thing about these pencils is that there's no wood on them. So you don't ever have to worry about getting shards of wood in your pigment. So sometimes if a pencil isn't centered properly, you end up with that wood that doesn't sharpen properly, and it gets into your pigment and it makes everything scratchy, which is annoying. And with these woodless color pencils, you don't ever have to worry about that. And I have not found any that the pigment has not been properly processed, where there's big chunks of pigment scratching things up. So I really like them. I saw a set of Koh-i-Noor ones that I might give a shot to as well. I want to get the regular Koh-i-Noor polycolor pencils first, though. Maybe I'll get them at the same time and do a bit of a comparison on them. Maybe. We'll see. I have been, I have completely behaved this month. I have not purchased nearly as many things as I would normally purchase. So I'm quite impressed with myself on how well I have done. That being said, I have some things coming in that are a little bit more expensive, and I probably shouldn't have bought, but I did. So that's the thing. So I'm going in with some light yellow on the edges where I want that gold to be. And I want it to be a nice yellow gold. So I'm putting the yellow down. Alright, same with on his belt. I want his belt to be gold. So I'm just blanketing it with this yellow. So let's start down here at the bottom and give this a sharpen. This area is really, really tiny, so it's hard to see. And I just broke my pencil in my sharpener, which is annoying. Let's see if I can get it out. Thought maybe my sharpener was too full or something, but it doesn't look full. The only thing that you have to watch for when you're sharpening these pencils is the fact that the core is depending upon how warm it is in the house and how often you sharpen your pencils, the core can get stuck. Not stuck, but your blade could end up with residue all over it, is basically what I'm trying to say here. And my mouth is not working. So I have a Faber-Castell eraser pencil with a little brush. And I just take the eraser and run it down the sharpen area here just to get rid of any residue. And then I just dust it off with the brush. And I'll put it back in here. Make sure that's all tapped down. There we go. Because sometimes the residue causes drag on your pencil. So when you're trying to sharpen it, you end up with a break. So let's sharpen that again. I want it just a touch sharper. Alright, so nice Nice sharpen. I'm just going over this yellow with the gold. Just giving it that little tiny bit of shine, slight bit of brown. Boy, is it ever storming out there. Same with down here on the belt. Sorry, I keep on turning the book. Alright. Then we're going to do the same thing on his cuffs up here. And add that gold color. And then we're going to take a little bit of wine red, I think. A little bit of wine. I'm just going to sharpen this to get a good, really fine point on it. And we're going to put in a little bit of this wine red on the edges. And then we'll blend it in with the gold. And just tarnish up that gold a little tiny bit. Give it some definition. Same with down here on his belt. I'm going to give it a little bit of definition. Now I'm not too concerned about the redness right now because I'm going to be going over it with that gold again, which will blend that redness down a little bit. I use the wine red because it's a nice dark brown red. So you can use any sort of burgundy, terracotta, that kind of color in there as well. Now I'm just going to go back over it with the gold and blend that in. Make sure we get that dark golden color. Alright, now for his hair, we're going to take this one here, I think. And I think a little bit of tan. I use this tan pencil a lot this week. It's such a versatile color. Alright. So we're going to start off with this one here, which is yellow orange. We're just going to do his hair. Not too worried about the tie in his hair because I'm going to actually grab some gel pens and add some gold to that tie. Just going to do back here. And under here, do his beard and his mustache. And then we're going to take the tan and we're just going to put in some flicks. And then we'll take a darker color as well. So this area here where his beard is all swirly, I'm just doing little scribbles. Controlled scribbles is what I call them. And then we're going to take this one here, which is yellow brown. A little bit sharper of a point. The great thing about these pencils as well is they hold their point really nicely, especially for hair. I'm just doing some of the really dark areas with this yellow brown. Like down his braid and under those areas that tie is. And down here at the bottom. Under here where it's darkest. And under his helmet. Making sure I get all those shadowy areas in. Alright, now for his face, I'm going to use some light slate gray. And do the shadowy areas that the artist has given us. And also on his hand. And that That's it for skin tones on him. Then we're going to grab our dark skin. Again, because it's such a small space, I'm going to sharpen this. Okay, so I say dark skin because that's what the pencil's called. Alright, and just extending that lavender type of color out and working those shadows a little bit with the dark skin tone, dark skin color, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to take this one here, which is light skin, and we're going to do the highlighted areas and blend that all together. Alright, and then we're going to take a little bit of blue. Not a lot, because actually I'm going to use one of my Hundertwasser pencils here for this blue because it is so small. See, even my Hundertwasser pencils are too big. So I'm going to take an eraser here and just drop that down a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to take our lovely black pen that's around here somewhere. I moved it. Now I can't find it. Okay, so I'll find it here in a second. I had it. Where did I put it? I've got, like I said, I have a lot of stuff on my desk that I'm using. And that pen was one of those things that was on my desk because I'm using it, and it may have fallen off my desk. I'll find it here in a bit, but I'll take a little bit of black pen and I'll put a dot inside his eye there. Now we're going to take this one here, which is copper, I think. Right, take a bit of copper because I want to use it as a shadow on his helmet here. And we're just going to put in little bits of shadows in the wings as well as on the helmet itself. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on it because I don't want it to be extremely red. And then we're going to take the metallic blue here and we're going to do the waves. so. Alright, so we have reached just over our normal 1 hour that I try to keep my videos to. So we are going to be extending that a little bit later today. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Now I'm going to grab emerald. And I'm just going to color the space behind the blue there. And then we're going to grab our gold. And we're going to color the rest of the helmet. Just going to grab a little tiny bit of, where is it? Put it back. Just going to grab a little bit of that wine tone. Just put it in here for the shadow. Like I said, I will blend that out with the gold so that it doesn't look too red. I want his helmet to look shiny but a little bit tarnished because, you know, war and stuff like that. Alright, now we're going to take our white and we're going to color the wings. Leaving that copper tone in there. Like so. Alright, so I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera or the regular camera so you can actually see somewhat of what we've done. So we've got his tunic all done, his skin tones are done, we've got to do his cape and then his boots, and he will be all done. So I'm going to take the copper again. Maybe, what's this one? No, that's copper pink. Just trying to see if I have champagne. Now I did have my swatch chart out, but do you think I can find it? No. I moved it. Isn't that smart of me? There it is. Alright. So let's see. What does champagne look like? Yeah, we're going to use the champagne, which is a silvery gold color. For his cloak. Alright. And we're just using the black that was already there to be our shadow areas. And if I feel that it needs a little bit more darkness, I will take another metallic pencil and go over it on the dark areas. I'm just going to sit back and take a look here. Alright, that's not too bad. I'm going to switch you back over to the close-up camera here. And I think I'm going to turn on another light just so that we can get some good color here. Okay. There, that's better. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of this color, which is called carbon fiber, which is almost a black silver. And I'm just going to add that into some of the shadow areas, just so they stand out a little bit more. Just so we can have a definite definition there of folds and whatnot. Alright, now on his trousers here we're going to put in some gray. This one that's all in shadow over here, I'm just going to do full gray. And this one here, I'm going to put some black in. Like so. And then we're going to take our gold. No, we're going to take our white first. What we're going to do is pants. And then we're going to take the gold and we're going to do the straps. And give him golden shoes. Because why not? He is the god of thunder. He should have golden shoes. Then we're going to take that wine color and we're going to put in some shadows. And folds and whatnot. Different little tarnishes. take our gold again and blend it all together. The one thing that was a little disappointing with these Pacific Arc pencils is they're a metallic pencil, but they're not extremely shiny. So unless you're like really close to it, you can't really see the metallic in it. Alright, so there is Thor. Thor is all done. I think I'm going to take a little tiny bit of that carbon fiber, black color. Just do the under areas of his shoes here. Like that. Alright, now for the little girl. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a light yellow and do her hair. And then we're going to take the orange yellow and do the shadows. And of course we'll be adding to the shadows as well with a little bit of brown. And then we'll use this one here, which is yellow brown. Some of the deeper areas. And then we will go over it again with that yellow. And I need a little bit more of that brown in here. And then we'll go over it with the yellow. And then we're going to take that metallic purple and do her hair tie with it. And the train is coming. And then on the bottom of her tunic, we're going to use the same metallic purple. And put a band on her tunic here. Her dress, whatever you want to call it. as well as here on her belt. And here. And here. Basically, I'm just going down where the sides are, as well as the neckline. And then we're going to grab our gray, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do this white, so let's do this in gray. All right. Using the more of the gray in the darker areas, making sure that I get as many of those folds and curves of the bottom of her dress as possible. Same with up here, under her arms, and her back. Okay, so she has a lot of folds on her dress. Now we're going to take the white and we're going to color that in. Blending that all together. Like so. Now we're going to take this one here, which is rose purple. We're almost done, I promise. We've just got a little bit more to do. For those of you who are watching all the way to the end, thank you so much for joining me. For those of you that weren't able to watch all the way to the end, thank you so much for joining me. um, for those that are still here, when I'm all finished this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, for anybody that's here at all. I'm just so grateful that you find my content interesting whatsoever. So, again, the best way to support the channel, of course, is by hitting that like button, getting me seen. I appreciate that. Not that I care to be extremely huge or anything. But I wouldn't mind. Alright, now we're going to take this one here, which is light slate red. It's a very pale lavendery purple. And I'm just coloring her undershirt here with it. And then I'm going to do down here and up here as well, because this is also the color I use for skin tone shadows. So we're just putting in her shadows. As well as under his arm, on her hand, and then down here on her legs. Okay, now we're going to take the dark skin tone. We're just going to extend those shadows out into her face. And then the light skin tone. Blending that all together. And then the dark skin tone again down here on her hands. And on her leg. And then yeah, we'll do little purple slippers. Because why not? And then we need a little bit of black. Do the soles of her shoes and some shadow areas. And then we're going to grab this box here. And I'm going to grab of course the color I want isn't on the top. That it? Yeah. Oh. So this is metallic gold. It's a bronzy kind of gold though, but that's alright. I'm just using a gel pen. On the edges of her dress here. And let's put a little bit in here. little bit here. And then we've got to color the little dolly. So we need to color the little dolly. So we're gonna do a helmet and his little wings for his helmet, and then a little bit of skin tone for his face, and some yellow for his hair and his mustache and beard. And let's do a bit of this for his cape area there. And a little bit of skin tone for his hands. And his little feet. And some white. And there we have it. There's our little baby itty bitty Thor doll going on there. So there we have our hug. Let's switch it on over to the main, and I'll move this up so you can see it a little bit closer. And there is our Thor hug. Now I've got to find my black pen. There it is. See, I told you I'd find it sooner or later. And we're just going to put a little tiny dot in there. There we go. And this, of course, is October 4th, 2021. And this is hug number 77. And we are all done. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Of course, if you want to purchase any of the things that I've shown you from the 3D store, as well as the, well, if you want to purchase either of these things, this pencil holder or my swatch book, you can do so by sending me an email of your name, shipping address, as well as, well, I'll have your email address because, you know, you'll be sending me an email. But send me an email to Renee's Coloring Corner at gmail.com. Let's just check and make sure that that is correct. Yes, Renee's Coloring Corner at gmail.com. And I will send out an invoice. As soon as the invoice is paid, I will be shipping those all out by the end of the week. Otherwise, if you want to drop me an email with any suggestions on any videos, please do so. And of course, all of that fun stuff. Of course, on the next live stream, we will be coloring for the Buddy Color with Poet Spice. So we will be coloring in this book, which you can purchase on Etsy. If you already have this book, we are coloring, let's see if I can find it without making a big old mess because my desk is gone all crazy. Oh, I have a crazy desk right now. It's all good. It's all right. So we will be coloring this page here on Saturday. This is a buddy color with Poet Spice, and of course I will leave her uh, channel link down below. So, okay, guys, that being said, thank you all very much for joining me. I hope that this has not been overly long. Of course, tomorrow we will have a hug to color and that sort of thing. We might play with the Color Pocket stuff a little bit, but we do also have Color Pocket coming to visit us on Wednesday, so I might leave everything until then to play with it. So we will definitely do our hug tomorrow, and if there is any fan mail or happy mail that comes in between today and tomorrow, I will be showing that tomorrow. But we will be doing the hug and maybe a little bit on one of our to be colored that I have shown you today. So yeah, other than that, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Until next time, bye bye for now.